Welcome to another episode of the Talking Shop podcast. The Three Stooges are here. Me, Michael, and Jacob here to talk some shop. Did we have a podcast last week? My brain is fried.
We had a break last week.
We broke. That's right. So it's been a little bit. What's up, boys?
How you doing? Not much. Before we jump into things, let me give a quick rundown. This week we kicked things off, obviously, with a recap of our weekend, followed by a heartwarming story of the Birmingham. It's not Birmingham. It's Birmingham.
Okay.
Birmingham is across the pond. Birmingham-Southern College baseball team. They made it to the College World Series despite their college permanently closing. I have no idea how that works. But Topps actually released a Topps Now card form. We're going to talk about that. In hobby news, we stay in college and we talk about how the 5 power conferences have an agreement now to pay players. I want to get your take on that. We also explore Panini's 2024 Prizm WWE release. We dive into the finals a little bit. And then if you've seen the thumbnail to this, I'm not sure if I posted that, but we talk about this record-breaking Jordan card, and we compare it to Luka's Logoman, the one-on-one Luka Logoman, and those prices. And then, Jacob, you threw this into our private chat. We're going to have some fast fingers because we try to keep the language clean on here, but I did want to get your take on Kevin Nash's decision to no longer do business with Panini. As usual, talk about what's new in the shop, maybe some hits from the shop, and then wrap things up with a crazy stat of the week. But first, Josh, how was the weekend at the store?
The weekend at the store was good. So let's see what exciting happened. We're getting ready for the card show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, nothing. My wife always asks me, like, so what happened at the shop today? And I'm like, well, nothing really. Just like sold cards, watched people open cards, sold a lot of Pokemon. I mean, yeah,
that's
the way
good.
it goes.
That's good. How is that going, by the way? I know that there was a couple. There was one big Pokemon release. There was the Lorcana release. Is the heat from that still going? How are things? How's those two products being received?
Yeah, super well. We got second waves of both of that product in. So if you're interested in that product, we've gotten re-ups on all that. I'm trying to think anything else exciting. We got fill-ins of like Topps Finest Soccer that we sold out of for you soccer fans. That product sold well, and so I'm like, let's get another case and try it out. So
nice.
It was just a busy business as usual weekend. Sunday we went. Have you ever been to real go-kart racing, like where you can pay money and these things move? Victory Lane up there in Charlotte. Have you heard of it?
I have. I sent my kids a few years ago. I sent them to a week-long camp there. To the point, and it was pretty competitive. Like if you were over a certain weight, or under a certain weight, they would put weight blocks in your car so your cart was the same weight.
Wow.
So is that what you mean by real?
So this was real. They didn't go to that extent, but these things moved fast. And it was a blast. We did it for the first time. I took a couple of my kids up there, my 3 oldest, and it was a blast. So we did that. My wife took the 2 youngest, did kid-friendly stuff with them. But, yeah, no, it was a good weekend.
See, when you said real go-kart, I was like, is this like to the death?
I thought he was talking about because, we are in the South. There's like 25 minutes away from here, a dirt go-kart track where like all the local racing families like to go, and just like very dangerous. Not a fan.
Yeah, like this was more controlled.
And it's a fantastic facility. I mean, it's enormous. I mean, that place is real.
The Victory Lane one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Restaurant, arcade, and then the huge indoor arena with 2 tracks, and
Mm.
I'm telling you, those things go fast. You could get hurt.
Yeah, not much on my end as far as the weekend. We're bracing for the end of school for my kids. This week is the end of school. I don't know how it is for schools in Rock Hill, but yeah. So the kids are getting ready to be free, and the parents are getting ready to be prisoners of the kids.
We've been free for a week. We've been free for a week here, so
yeah. Yeah.
Or
So
they've
all,
been
for all
free.
you parents and kids, give each other some grace. Those first couple weeks of summer can get kind of hairy. But let's move on to this heartwarming story. I sort of have a contrarian take on this, but Jacob, if you could pull up this Instagram post. So apparently, this team, if you're listening and not watching, Birmingham Southern, their college program, their baseball college program is shutting down. Now, when I was in college a million years ago, I can remember Title IX sweeping through some big schools. And I remember the University of Texas won the national championship for swimming. But because of Title IX, their program was shut down the next year. Could you imagine winning a national championship and then having to send all those swimmers or all your teammates off to other schools? But so, did you guys hear about this, and what's your take on it?
Yeah, I did. Didn't they use GoFundMe? I believe to fund the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read that.
Yeah, a portion of the proceeds from the card will be given to the baseball program.
Yeah, that's talking about the Tops Now card that'll be made,
Right.
but something about the college being shut down, and so a GoFundMe was started probably to fund their ability to play, maybe to cover expense. I don't know. I just remember quickly reading the article because I knew we were talking about it, and it, yeah, we'll have to do some research on that. But I'm pretty sure there was a GoFundMe.
Yeah,
GoFundMe was used in conjunction with getting this program rolling or keeping it rolling.
So let's just talk about this from a card perspective. We talked about how Wemby broke the record for the most Tops Now cards. Do you think there's going to be enough sentimental value for this card to either see some big numbers or be collectible to anybody other than the people playing on this team and their parents?
Probably not a huge portion, but you got to think of the Tops Now as kind of like down the road time capsule of sorts, because they're capturing things that are happening in the sports industry and then making cards. So it's like you'll be able to look back in 15 years and remember the raccoon that ran across the field, or all the different clever things they're doing. So I like it for that sense, but
right,
I can't imagine this is going to be a big down the road.
Yeah, I mean, so if they got clever and had a couple, I know they'll probably have the same parallels, but if they had like a 1 of 1 to where they sent this off and got it autographed by somebody, I don't know, or if one of these players on this team, I don't know anything about this team, if they're a top prospect and they end up doing something in the major leagues, maybe. But other than the fact that this is for a good cause, it's a feel-good story. To me, this is a bit of a stretch. I think Tops, this may be one of their swings and misses, no pun intended, with regards to Tops Now. Hopefully they maybe reel it in a little bit. I don't know. The raccoon was cute. This is for a good cause, but come on now. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think. I don't think that their intention is for every Tops Now card to break some sort of records. I think the idea is it encompasses that word now, what's going on now. And so
Yeah.
I think they
that's
know
what
that there's
Topps
going to
Now
be
should
some,
used for.
huh?
I think that's what Topps Now should be used for. That way you have your main chasers still in the products that everybody can buy. Then you have your memorable moments in Topps Now that anybody can get their hand on.
Yeah. Yep. That was
No,
probably
I
the
get it.
intent.
I get it. It's just I just hope, everything gets diluted after a while, right? If everybody gets a Topps Now card, then nobody should get a Topps Now card. Like, hopefully they know where the line is. They use it sparingly. They use it in good taste.
Here's how I look at it. If they can put out a peanut butter and jelly sandwich card from Allen and Ginter, they can put out a card for school shutting down and the team still winning.
No, I get it. But how collectible is the peanut butter and jelly card? And would anybody miss that, right? So we'll see.
It'll be the ones no one cares about because the print run is based on how many are ordered. So it'll be the ones that no one cares about that'll have the shortest print run and be worth the most, maybe.
Yeah, look, maybe somebody on this team goes to the Hall of Fame or becomes the greatest baseball player that ever lives, and we'll see.
And now I'm hungry for peanut butter and jelly.
No
Thanks,
kidding.
Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob.
It's always a good idea.
All right, Josh, what is hitting the shelves this week at the shop?
This is a light release week. We've been saying that a lot lately, but this one is for sure light. We've got Obsidian Basketball was pushed to Wednesday from last week. There was a delay, I think, on Panini's end. And so that product has been pushed. That is this Wednesday. There's a product called, this is Friday. It's called Press Pass Premium Football. And we are getting it.
It's an old school. That's an old school product, right? Press Pass.
Well, yes. Like Brady has, I think, a Press Pass rookie. But this definitely is not. I mean, that logo is still the same on it. So how about just a little product highlight here? So it's 1 pack per box. It's around $140 to $150 per box. So it's basically $150 per pack. There's 11 cards. You get 4 base cards, 2 parallels that are numbered to 35 or less, 4 autographs or retro autos numbered to 99 or less, and 1 insert autograph. So 5 autographs, 4 base cards, 6 base cards and 5 autographs. Let's look at it that way. So I'm looking at like the sell sheet on it, and it looks like it's going to have, I'm seeing if there's any, I'm seeing.
Who's the manufacturer, Josh? Is this Leaf? Is this Press Pass? Is the manufacturer?
It is Leaf.
Okay.
So it's going to have a lot of guys that just got drafted, it looks like.
Nice.
And I wish I could blow this image up a little bit, but there's probably no checklist yet. But I don't know. It should be good. It's going to be autograph heavy. The cards have like that, wild cards been kind of making some little waves. The cards have kind of that look to it, but that's a Friday release. Like I said, Obsidian is Wednesday. That is Friday. And then I don't know what the exact release day is. We got them in today if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram. But the TriStar mystery autographed football jerseys arrived. So we've got those on the shelf. Sold 2 today. 1 was Stephon Diggs. So they're always cool. They're always fun. They always sell well. So that's it. Other than fill-in stuff, we're a week away from Top Series 2. So we'll talk more about that probably next podcast, and got a bunch of it coming.
Nice.
So that's
nice.
We can break that down a little bit.
So let me get caught up on some of the comments. Derek's asking a question. What's usually the release date for Bowman draft? My Guardians holding the first pick, going to be on that heavy. Derek, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till December. Bowman draft.
Yeah,
we've got Bowman baseball is the first release of the year. Bowman release of the year. Then Bowman Chrome. that comes out late summer, and then Bowman Draft will be in December. So that's the you're gonna have to wait.
But here's the good news, Derek. We'll probably be breaking a bunch of that, so stay tuned when it comes.
Yes. Gene Liebrick, what's
JP,
up?
that's JP.
Oh,
up,
JP, what's up?
What's up, Gene?
Before we go to the to our sponsor, I did want to mention the show this weekend. If you're on our emailing list, you got a reminder of that. But Josh, if you wanted to dive into the details of the show, and then we'll play the promo.
So this is the second show. We did one a few months, 3 or 4 months ago. It went over really well. Jeremy over there at Top Sports Promotions is your contact. He's been helping us do that, and he's been putting the show on for us. It's this Saturday. So last time we did like 40 or 50 tables. We're up to I think, Jeremy, if you're in the chat, you can correct me, 60 tables. So bigger turnout. We had to almost start turning people away. So maybe that'll help with the next one in about 3 months. If you want a table, get in quick while we got them. We don't want it to be packed in there like sardines. So we felt like we had room to get probably 60 in there comfortably, and we'll play with it a little bit. But it's this Saturday. So I expect, since the vendor turnout's even stronger, I'm expecting the customer turnout to be stronger. And everyone did well. We had a good time last time. It's 9 to 4 this Saturday over at the church gym, where we've done shows and trade nights in the past. And it's going to be fun.
All right. Fantastic. All right, Jacob, roll the promo from our sponsor.
Are you looking to get your cards graded? Well, here at Grand Slam, we've simplified the process of submitting and getting a card graded. All you have to do is drop off your cards and kick your feet up, while our transparent tracking ensures that you are up to date with every detail along the way. When you log into our website, you'll immediately be greeted with each card in the grading process, along with where it's at in the process and its final grade. And with over 1,000 submissions and some of the top cards across the country being submitted through us, we have become a well-trusted source to handle and submit your cards. So you can do more collecting and leave the chore of grading to us. So don't sit on grading your cards. Get them submitted today at Grand Slam, where grading's made easy.
We'll have to thank you to our sponsor, Grand Slam Grading. We got a card back for a customer today. I'm going to throw it in the chat. We should throw it up on the screen. This is
hits from the shop. Save it.
Yeah, save that one. And then I'll send another one, because we did a break like an hour ago. I don't know if you saw that, Michael, that I was live doing that Bowman Mega Box break.
No.
But for when we get to hits from the shop, we'll show the card that a customer graded through us. It came back obviously a 10, and we wouldn't be showing it, but it's a sweet card. And then a nice big pull from a Bowman Mega that I pulled about an hour ago for a customer. So
nice. So let's catch up. George, what's up? Thanks for chiming in. Avery, I heard Josh is buying all the dealers lunch.
Are we talking? There's about 5 Joshes that break with us. It's probably one of them.
Probably. Time for me to
There will be hot dogs there, and they probably won't be expensive. So buy your own lunch.
All right, let's get going.
I heard all the dealers were buying me lunch.
Well,
at
see,
the house.
that would make sense. Hey, speaking of that, I took Susan and Piper to the pump house last week based on your recommendation.
And
wow,
what'd you have?
I had the shrimp and grits. When I go to a restaurant, my sort of litmus test on the quality of the restaurant is shrimp and grits. So if they get that, then coming back, and that it was freaking-tastic.
You know, you can probably get shrimp and grits just on like somebody on like a street corner with a grill out there, like a little oven, just making some food.
Nope.
Oh, George says he's going there tomorrow night. What's the best on the menu? I got there last time. I got there like pork chop. It was like a bone-in pork chop with like this maple bourbon glaze or something like that on it.
Mm.
It was awesome. Oh, it was so good. I wanted it again so bad. My only complaint, we went there like twice in 2 weeks, and I'm like, I got hooked because of their side of corn dish. It's this corn side that's so awesome, and their like garlic mashed potato side is so good. And we went like 2 nights in a row, or like it was really, really close to each other. And I pull open the menu to order what I get, and it's not on there. And I said, am I in the Twilight Zone? I was literally here yesterday, and they said, oh, today's the first day of our new menu. And I was like,
summer menu. Fancy. It's fancy. Look, here's my take on higher end restaurants. The higher the more expensive the restaurant is, the taller the food gets. This was not that tall, but it was still very, very nice. It's like upscale, casual, fantastic restaurant.
Yeah.
So
let me say one more thing.
Pump House, if you want to sponsor the podcast, you're welcome to.
No kidding. Everyone's mouth's watering right now.
Yeah.
Here's my defense for being able to go to the Pump House multiple times in a short amount of time. So I like going there because you can make a reservation. I despise going to a restaurant. You got to sit out in their lobby and wait 45 minutes. I can't stand that. So you make a reservation online or over the phone. You know you got a table. I like that part of it. And it's not like it's ungodly high. Like that pork chop meal's probably like $25.
Yeah.
You're going to get like $18.99 at Outback Steakhouse for something. You know what I mean? So it's not like
dude, a Big Mac meal right now is $12.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how I justify it. And it's always just me and my wife because we're not going to take our kids there. So when we're used to taking 5 kids to Chick-fil-A, it's way more than me and Tiff going to the Pump House. So that's my defense.
All right. So let's reel this one in, or we can start a food review podcast, which would probably have a bigger audience. Anyway.
Ouch.
First topic of hobby news. Jacob, pull that up for me.
It would be an ASMR food podcast where we eat our pork chops.
For you guys who are only listening and not watching, the NCAA Power 5 agreed to a deal that will let schools pay players. This is not earth-shattering, groundbreaking news. We all knew that this was coming. NIL has been a thing for the last couple years, but for you guys, what effect do you guys think this might have on the hobby, if any, because NIL has been in place already?
Yeah, probably not a big effect on it. I'm kind of a proponent for it because there's a lot of really, really good players that will never be able to make a living doing this after. And so this is a way for maybe them to capitalize on maybe many, many years of sacrifice and hard work to get to that point. Maybe get some money out of it, even if they don't end up going pro and making a larger living out of it. I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like the NIL stuff. I think an amateur is an amateur because they don't get paid. They're playing the game for other reasons than money. So, but with that being said, this may just become a thing. I'm just afraid that it may be the case. It may be a case of the rich get richer here. It says the Power 5 conferences, then the smaller schools who had like a little tiny chance to get bigger recruits. Say there was maybe family legacy there. Maybe the coach just has a better speech in the living room. That goes away here because, like you said, I mean, some of these athletes are coming from backgrounds to where there's just no income, like very, very meager beginnings, and they don't have a choice. but to go to a school that's going to offer them money. So
Yeah.
JP says, I feel lawsuits galore will be coming for that because some players getting paid more than others. Yeah, I don't know what the breakdown here is. Look, and I'm not dumb, right? I went to Auburn. Some of these bigger schools, they've been stroking checks either directly or indirectly for years, and it's sort of a thing that people know that happens, but they sort of look the other way, and it's sort of an unspoken rule. So, but the fact that they're just putting this out there now, yikes! I don't know. Do you guys think that this may keep players there longer instead of maybe taking a shot at the draft, or the people that are going to go to the draft they're going to make way more money there than they would in college?
Yeah, there might be that little fine line of players that are like, look, I could stay here and make some more. I'm not sure what my future holds.
Yeah.
At a higher level, maybe.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if this spills over to products like Bowman or Prizm draft picks. We'll see if this has any effect on NIL stuff. But super interesting, and wanted to get that out there. Guys, let us know in the comments. What do you guys think of this? Are you a purist like me who thinks that college players should not get paid, that they're getting paid with an opportunity to earn a degree at the school? Or is that just too old school thinking and time for me to get with the times?
Do you think that since they're getting paid now, then some of them are definitely going to overvalue themselves, whereas people like Leaf aren't going to be able to sign some of those higher end college players because they would just have the value set too high?
I mean, that's a great point. I mean, maybe. And do they get paid regardless? Like, if they get paid coming out of high school because they're a top recruit and they completely crap the bed, then do they get docked pay? So Ed is chiming in. He's saying might as well get paid. Networks making a killing. Let the popularity judge be the player. So I don't know. Great point, Ed. So we'll see. What's our next story there, Jacob?
Let's talk about WWE Prizm.
All right. It's time for me to go take a break. I'm just going to go off camera.
Cody Rhodes, boo.
I'll let you guys talk. You guys go.
Is there something to talk about with this product? I have no idea.
Why are there two different color blasts?
That's not new.
I mean, I don't follow. I only follow the wrestling, so that's.
I don't know what the differentiator is, but
I know that the color blast traditionally out of Obsidian was the black.
Yes.
Yeah.
And out of Prizm, it was the white. But looks to me like they're mixing the two.
I mean, come on, Jacob. She's part of the Judgment Day. It has to be black background.
I would agree with you.
Look at there. Oh, there's my boy, Shawn Michaels. Here's my frustrating part. I want so badly the WWE card market to boom so that I could actually feel justified in jumping in and buying and opening some of this. I just feel like, what am I going to do outside of the few cards I would keep? What am I going to do with the rest? I want an avenue to be able to sell these easier. But Jacob maybe could be devil's advocate.
Well, the boxes have went up in price a lot since the Endeavor merger.
That doesn't help my cause, though. And that just makes it harder for me to get in.
That's why I've backed off of them personally. I do know this, that WrestleMania 40 parallel looks really good because AEW did a logo parallel like that in Allure a few months ago.
Yeah, there's no doubt. These cards look awesome, and you can get such cool shots. Like, I don't like Cody Rhodes, but that you got the Hitman doing his thing. Like that shot right there with Cody in the belt, and Rhea, she does her stomp every time she comes out. So, like, it's such an easy product to have iconic shots because these wrestlers always do these. So there's Shawn Michaels flexing. So, I mean, I just wish these cards had a bigger market so I could dabble in it and feel better about it. But I mean, we've got Chronicles WWE hobby boxes sitting on the shop here, and I'm like fighting my hardest to not open one.
Well, so I saw this in the comments of this post. I thought Panini lost this license.
They agreed to write it out to the end, I think.
Okay.
There you
because
go. Who would have the license then? Who gets the license?
It's going back to Topps or Fanatics, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
That would be better for me. I'm Topps Direct, so
yeah.
Exactly.
And I think Topps is doing such a better job with design. I mean, Topps Chrome of this product, a Topps Dynasty of this product, things like that.
A lot of people are wanting Transcendent back a lot because they didn't realize how much they liked it until it was gone with Panini.
Absolutely. Derek is saying, I'd want the Rock and Taker WrestleMania moment from this past WrestleMania as a card. I can't speak to that, but what are they talking about?
Derek, that would be cool. Ed saying next. Does that mean move on to the next topic, Ed?
Thank you, Ed.
Tonight's Monday Night Raw, Ed. Topps Now doesn't have that. Oh, Topps Next? Is that a product? I apologize, Ed. You weren't telling us to move on. You were chiming in.
Topps Now doesn't have that.
Or maybe
That'd
you
be
were
kind of cool.
That.
That'd be kind of cool. So, Josh, is this something that you anticipate getting a lot of, and you're going to carry a lot of it in the shop, hobby box wise, or?
Absolutely not. I wish I was. I wish I could.
That's why we're waiting for it to go back to Topps.
Here's how well, and I know Prizm's better than Chronicles. Don't get me wrong, but I got 3 WWE Chronicles boxes in on launch, and I have 3 WWE Chronicles boxes on the shelf. So It's just, I wish it sold better. Believe me, I tell guys that come in all the time, maybe looking for WWE stuff. I said, no one wants me to carry it more than me. I love the WWE, but it's just so much easier to sell the other 3 for us. So,
yeah. How would you do, Jacob? You could chime in on this. How would you do a break of that product?
Well, a lot of people do pick your wrestler, or they do a letter break.
A letter break.
A wrestler break would be cool because there's not like that many wrestlers. So I bet you could get a checklist, and right?
It's about 200.
Yeah, I suppose they have a lot of old retired wrestlers in there mostly too. So
the checklist for Prizm has been 200 the last couple of years.
Serial. So JP is like serial name or letter break.
But I know a lot on Whatnot do their pick your wrestler break, and then they like preload the show like a week beforehand. That way you get your bids or your purchases and everything.
Yeah. Ed's saying alphabet. You do by alphabet, you do by number. So
let's do it.
It wouldn't matter. I'd put it up there, and 4 people would get a spot. So,
and 3 of them are named Josh.
Yeah,
and the other one's Jacob.
The other one's named Ed because Ed's so nice to me. Faction break.
What's that mean?
That means like break? All the members of the Judgment Day. You get all the members.
So that is an issue with Revolution, but then that's when you go by first name, or that's when, for a lot of the lower tier names, they will put like 2 randos together, and then it's like, you get these 2 guys, and good luck. You might get your money back on a dollar spot.
Well, we'll have to figure something out. And when's that supposed to release? June 28th? Jacob, are you going to try to find a box of that and break it?
I pretty much only buy from Josh anyway, so if he doesn't get any, then I won't get any.
Boo.
I was literally right before the podcast, I was typing up my pre-order for that product actually. So that pre-order. I'll put it in for it. We'll see what we get. I have gotten some in the past. We'll see.
It's awesome. All right. What's next, Jacob?
Up next, we have the NBA Finals. So I will take a step back.
Well, I mean, for the hobby, I don't know if you could have asked for a better Finals.
It's rigged.
Right? Oh, here we go. Tinfoil hat.
Yeah, because it's so easy to rig those logo threes going in. Yeah, I mean, you could argue that the Timberwolves and the Celtics would have been close because of Anthony Edwards. But Luka, Kyrie, Tatum, it's going to be good. I have a feeling. I'm a little nervous for my Mavericks. I don't really have a team, but I've said in the past, if I choose a team, it's always Luka because he's the only NBA player I've tucked some cards away from. And when I play my kids on 2K, I'm always the Mavericks. So
What about all those LeBrons you have stashed away?
oh, well, that's a different story. I mean, he's one of the goats. I don't like him, but he's a goat. So
Oh, I was joking. I didn't mean it.
I do have some LeBron stuff. I got a bunch of Lukas because I said from his rookie year he's going to be an all-time. But
Well, one of the questions I did have, legitimate hobby question, is if this goes 7, Tatum scores 50 twice, Luka scores 50, Kyrie does his thing. They're a support player that's a rookie, has a great series. Is this the series that finally brings basketball back to the hobby to where it was when it doesn't surround Victor Wembanyama? Is this what it's going to take?
I mean, it sure wouldn't hurt for sure. I mean, there's a bad taste in everyone's mouth when it seemed like it got really political and yeah, I don't know. These guys winning helps for sure because these aren't some of the more outspoken political players. Maybe I'm nervous because of I want the Mavs to win again so that you can be wrong one more year about the Celtics because you pick them every year, but you may get your pick right this year. Jaylen Brown, I think, carried him that last series, right? Yeah. Tatum's getting the attention, but I think it was Brown that.
Well, it's like Jason Tatum and Luka are the scorers, and apparently Jaylen Brown, is it Jaylen?
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown and Kyrie are like the two thinkers. Like both of them are like off the chart smart, apparently. Like
interesting.
Like Jaylen Brown got an internship offer or an offer from NASA. Wow. And Kyrie, even though he comes off as a weirdo sometimes, if you hear him speak, he's super, super intelligent.
He's very well spoken. I noticed that the last few games, and it seems like he's carrying himself very professionally with those interviews and stuff.
What's that, Jacob?
Yeah. We need more of that a lot in a lot of sports across the board.
Yes. So, I mean, and Kyrie's out of that famous/infamous Prizm set. That's where his rookie is, the 2012 Prizm rookie class. And so it'd be interesting. I should have pulled that up since we're a card podcast, but I should have pulled up what his values are doing because they were down for a long time. But if he gets another championship.
Yeah, that'll be a good next podcast because we'll be into the series starting. We'll see what the card prices are doing. I'll have to dig some Lukas out and see what I've stashed away. I did sell, and I kind of regret it now, maybe a year or two ago, a purple numbered rated rookie of Lukas. It was a PSA 10. I sold it for a strong price, but I bet you that thing it was numbered to like 49 or 99 or something.
Hey, you can't look back when you sold it for a strong price.
Yeah, but probably not as strong as it is now, or will be if he wins a ring.
Yeah, but I sold a PSA 10 like second year Jason Tatum downtown out of Panini 1-1. It was a gorgeous card. Sold it, made twice as much as what I paid for it, but I can't even imagine.
So let me tie 2 segments together since we're talking about selling things you kind of wish you would regret, and then the WWE stuff that we just talked about. So I've stopped collecting WWE cards because I sold my PC because I had somebody offer me $4,500 for the top 4 Dakota Kai cards in my collection, and I'm like, she is nowhere near worth that. I will gladly sell those to you right now.
No kidding.
So
Yeah.
I kind of wish, because like now I'm not collecting anybody, but it's hard to look back on that.
No. We've given customers advice here in the store when they pull a card, it's brand new release, the card's selling for a boatload. We're like, I'll just make up numbers. Sell it for $500 now and go buy it for $200 in 90 days if you really want that card back. So,
yeah,
kind of some of that. The stuff that's down here that's not for sale that customers ask us about, I'm like, it's not for sale. And I've had someone say, well, what about X amount of dollars for it? And I'm like, oh yeah, for that price, it would be for sale. Okay. So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of trying to make this a smooth transition, Luka, I wanted to compare, and Jacob, if you could pull this post up. So for you guys who don't know, this actually surprised me. A Jordan 1 of 1. It's authentic. The auto was a 10. Sold over the weekend for $2.93 million. Compare that. So that's Jordan, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Right. In November of 2022, Luka's 1 of 1 Logoman. And this was a different time, right?
Also, Luka's is a rookie. Jordan's
Great
is
point.
not. So
Great
there's part.
point.
And I was going to ask, maybe you know this, is the 2003, is that like the first year of the logo? So that's like Jordan's first logo, man? Maybe that
I don't know.
which would make this one be that desirable, being a non-rookie. Like, what makes this logo, man? Just the fact that it's the only one for sale. That, you know what I mean? Like
Maybe
that.
that it's hand
52
numbered.
So
they're both 1 of 1s. Yeah, those logo mans are 1 of 1s. So like that.
No, I'm talking about hand numbered. Since you wrote the 1 of 1s,
Oh.
you know what I mean? You had I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if it is the only one. The hobby doesn't care if it's handwritten.
That's true.
Probably makes it cooler because Jordan wrote it. But
yeah, it just, to me, it just got me thinking. Right, like 2003. That's 21 years old. Right, 2.9 million for the greatest player to have ever played the game. Luka, is this? I don't see the rookie insignia on this.
I don't either. That's why I looked.
Yeah.
Well, no, I looked at the date. It's 2018-19, which is his rookie year.
Okay,
Right, but there's no
But it
designated
didn't have-
shield.
yeah, I was looking for it. There's no rookie insignia, so I don't know if they're considering this his RPA.
Well, look at the slab. It says rookie patch auto.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
his logo, his rookie logo, man. That's the creme de la creme for the NBA player.
Okay.
It's as high as he gets.
So 3.12 in November of 2022. 23 years from now, is this card going to be worth $3 million?
I think so.
Wow.
Because it's rookie. Luka's probably going to have a ring or two, if not more.
Jason
this
Tatum's
is
going
not-
to have something to say about that.
This isn't COVID pricing either. That was in late 22. So This is regular hobby pricing.
Regular. This is $3 million, sir.
I want to know, hey, it's the only one. It's as high as you get right there. I just want to know what makes this Jordan. Is this the first year of the logo band? Because that wouldn't mean as much as rookie, but it would mean this is Jordan's first logo man, and this is Luka's first logo man. Because you can get a logo, there's a logo of Luka.
2003, first year.
Huh?
First year.
Okay, so that's why it's in that territory too.
I think I know where Michael's coming from, and this is what we talked about the week that you weren't here, Josh. The fact that these are two completely different careers. There's no reason for these to even be in the same ballpark on no matter how good a rookie is, there's no need for him to be outselling arguably. You can argue LeBron or Kobe or whatever, but everybody pretty universally claims that Jordan's the greatest.
Sure.
This
Well,
is two completely different planets. It should be.
look at it from this point of view. There's not a lot of people in this world that can pay $3 million for a card. And so sometimes it's not about the price. It's just about here's an example. That 52 Mickey Mantle rookie, SGC 9.5. I got to hold it at the National like a week before it sold for $12.6 million. There's a PSA 10 of that card in existence. So, but it's not for sale. So the idea is like when this card was for sale, this Luka card is, the buyer is going to overpay for it because it's the only one, and who knows if it'll ever go up for sale again. And if Logomans get into the $4 and $5 million range, this is the way that a multimillionaire like you and I buy a card at 300 and sell it for 500 later. They buy it at 3 million and sell it at 5 million later. It's just on a different scale.
Yes. For me, it's just I don't know if it's ever going to normalize to the point where modern cards don't do this. Like Jacob brought it up. These should be on two different planets.
This shouldn't be in the
it's
same.
not even,
book.
there's no way. But has the boom of 2017 through 2021 fundamentally shifted the way the hobby looks at cards like this, to where a Jordan, the first year Logoman, 1 of 1, beautiful signature. I'm assuming this is it looks like it's actually cloth, right? I don't know if Luka's is actually cloth.
These are better quality jerseys too. Thank you, Michael.
I mean, it's just to me, this makes zero sense. I was actually shocked that this was the highest Jordan sale ever. Is that the case? Right? This was the highest Jordan sale ever of a Jordan card.
I mean, I can't think of anything that would have sold, because like a PSA 10 rookie is just like a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
In comparison.
Nothing too big.
Yeah. Think how many of those are out there compared to this. This is
exactly the only one. So, hey guys, in the comments, let us know. Like, is this hitting me funny just because I'm just an idiot, or is this the way the hobby is?
I just think you get these rare cards like this. They're just all going to kind of be in that same. It's not like other cards where it's like Brady is here and Peyton is here. You know, it's like there's so few of these and there's so few buyers that it's kind of like I'm trying to think of another player, a LeBron logo man. Probably in the $3 million range. Those cards probably just all end up in that range because that's just where they end up at. And there's just a few people in the world that can do it. And I don't know. That's a good point. Be curious to know now if the Luka went up for sale right now again, would it sell for more than 3.1, or would
with him in the finals? Probably.
Yeah.
Take the value out of it. Which one would you rather have?
Well, the Jordan for sure.
I
mean, if it wasn't his first logo, man, I would have to think longer for it. But if this is his first logo, man, I saw at the National, there's a LeBron, Kobe, Jordan triple logo, man, that I can't remember what that thing's worth, but
yeah,
I like Luka. I like Luka a lot.
We'll see.
We can debate till the end of time, probably.
No kidding. For me, it shouldn't even be close. Luka literally hasn't done anything.
What about this?
Other than dazzle the fans. He literally has not accomplished anything.
What about this? Maybe there's Luka fans, and maybe it's because of the overseas thing. I don't know. Maybe there's Luka fans that are just have deeper pockets than the Jordan fans and the Jordan collectors. And so someone might say, dude, the Jordan one went for $3 million. You should not pay $3 million for the Luka one. I don't care. I'm a Luka fan. This is the Luka card. I don't care what it goes for, even if it goes for the same price as Jordan. So I'm just saying it's not as clear cut and dry when you start to get into these cards.
The 2006, Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe triple logo man sold for 1.68 2 years ago.
Yeah, and that would have. What year was that card? Do you have that?
2006.
See, so it's like it's less. It's not their first, but maybe it's the first one with the 3 of them on there. But it's not rookie, and it's not their first logo man. So, my point is that a card is worth what someone will pay for it, and just because someone wants to pay more for Luka's than they would for Jordan's, that automatically is what it makes it, I guess, because maybe that Luka fan is willing to spend more than the Jordan collector.
Well, if you have that kind of money, you're entitled to make dumb decisions how you please.
Agreed.
All right, let's wrap things up. Jacob, do you have the video pulled up, and do you have the timestamp to hit mute?
I do not have that.
Oh boy, I think it's 27.
Well, on the Instagram post, can't mute it.
All
You
right.
could mute. Is it that bad?
It's just an F-bomb.
It's just an F-bomb.
Cover your ears, kids.
That's right. You're in the car. If you're in the car, you have to manually mute it. So
y'all ready for this? It's not going to be as bad as that one thing we did. So.
Yeah. Let her rip.
You mean the thing that you did?
That's right.
Here we go.
Twice.
Any stories of signing cards for Panini or Topps? Is it easy money, or does your hand cramp up from signing so many in one sitting?
So we just had, I did a signing for Panini, I don't know, couple months ago. And they told me how much I was going to get. And I said, yeah, okay. They send me like $3,000 fucking shy of what I'm supposed to get. So I got a call from talent relations and Panini, and they like stiffed Waltman.
That's X-Pac.
Like Panini stiffed Waltman. They just stiffed him. And so they called me up and they said, hey, we've got Panini wants to do. And I said, they fucked me. They were several $1,000s short on their last payment. I don't plan on doing business with them moving forward.
All right. Well, there we go. You get the gist.
That was 2 F-bombs, Jacob.
It was a BOGO.
You want me to bring the picture back?
Please don't. Yeah, so yikes. I mean, come on, Panini. Not the pile on.
I mean, I've kind of always wanted at Fanatics suing Panini for running an incompetent business or whatever their claim was. I've always wanted to be like, all right, Fanatics, you're just making stuff up, but like maybe they are just not that well run. I've always wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, but
if you're going to be a monopoly, you got to know what you're doing.
Well,
no, never mind. I switched them around. Scratch that.
Rewind.
Well, that's Fanatics' argument is that we're going to be a monopoly and we know what we're doing. So hopefully they're right, but
yeah, I mean, you just can't do that. I mean, they're on thin ice anyway, and now stuff like this gets out.
Yeah, I feel bad. Like the guy in the comments said, well, that sucks for my Kevin Nash redemption cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
luck.
Well,
they did release a statement. We talked about it the week you weren't here, Josh. A bunch of wrestlers, Triple H. I have a impeccable redemption from a couple years ago that I opened in the shop. Not getting it. He's not signing with them anymore. And there was like a list of people that weren't doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, and if they would swap it out for something easily that's equal value, not a huge deal, but when they offer you Panini points and sometimes force them to you, that's just not good. But it sounds like their demise is written already. So
I requested 8 replacements about 5 months ago, and I haven't received a single thing.
Yeah. What's worse is when they make that decision for you. Hey, we're not able to fulfill this. We've credited your account with X amount of Panini points. What? No, thank you.
Yeah.
But
it's almost a slap in the face.
Ed asked when I was running the Bowman. Ed, I already ran it before the podcast. The video is on the YouTube channel or over in the Facebook group if you want to go watch it. You hit a couple things, so I think. Or did you? Or did you? Huh?
Oh, you have to watch to find out, Ed.
Ed, you need to.
there.
You need to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and then click the notification bell. That way, whenever we go live, boom, it pops up.
Ding.
Says we're live.
Blink twice.
Well,
again.
guys,
Gosh.
on the Kevin Nash thing, on the Panini thing, let us know in the comments. Is there anything that Panini can do to sort of salvage their place in the hobby? Because at this point, I would rather open up Leaf stuff than Panini stuff.
That's what I've been telling you guys. Go watch
I mean,
the documentary opening.
I love Leaf, but I wouldn't go that far. But
I mean, at this point, I have zero interest in opening anything with a Prizm, any Prizm, anything.
That's another reason I'm not seeking it out. If Josh can get a couple boxes, I'll get a couple boxes from him. I'm not seeking it out because I've kind of had enough with their crap anyway.
hey, they still got some awesome stuff, mangas and color blasts and all sorts of sweet stuff, and black 1-of-1s. Yeah, I'll ride them out until they're dead.
Kind of like PSA.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Josh, you
Yes.
teased this at the top of the episode. You got a couple cards to show us for hits from the shop, and I'm
All
looking forward to seeing these.
Slab
Yep.
first.
So
right?
Jacob's going to throw them up there. The first one is a card we got back for a customer. We graded it for a customer. Jacob, throw that card up there. This came back. We were all a little surprised at this one because it's a thick card.
I love this line.
Wow.
Like I said, I know nothing of baseball or football cards. I love Topps Inception.
Beautiful card, beautiful auto. It's the captain. It's numbered to 20. Got a 10.
Wow,
Customer was super stoked about that
that's
one. So,
that's literally an impossibility with Inception.
yeah, those are
any
thick
thick
and
card like
those are
those,
tough.
That's crazy.
Just on a side note, we've gotten back a lot. We get back a lot of 10s on some really awesome cards. I should do a better job of taking pictures of customers' cards when they pick them up. So we got some awesome stuff that get graded through us, and we get a lot of 10s and
Guaranteed 10 when you submit through Grand Slam cards.
Guaranteed, or your
guaranteed. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, and we're gonna comb through those.
guaranteed. And if you don't, Josh will
Do your
take you to
blast.
dinner at the pump house, whatever you want.
Here, y'all. I can fix this. All right, so now we're moving on to the second card, Jacob. This card was all right. It'll be nice. The next card. This was one that we just pulled, Ed, in that break.
That you didn't watch.
That you didn't watch yet because we just did it. But it's hard to see. That card's numbered to 5. That's a Walker Jenkins red prospect power up, numbered to 5. So congrats to the customer that hit it. That's a big in for a $19 break or something like that.
So I'm not familiar with this. Is this the prospect power up? Is that a Mega Box exclusive?
Nope. No, it's just an insert. The variation that you're seeing, this red Mega Box parallel,
Okay.
is a Mega Box exclusive,
Okay.
but it is red, so it's numbered to 5. So
Is that a Mojo pattern on it as well?
Yeah, it's like a Mojo.
it's like a
Mojo
Mojo pattern. That pattern is like the Mega Box parallel or something is what they
And this
call
is
it.
the red version. That's
but it
cool.
is the red version of it. Yep.
Cool. All right.
There you
Well,
go.
guys, if you have made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell for your notifications, and or leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing. Josh, I know you probably did your homework. I did not. What's our crazy stat of the week?
Oh, I did. So this stat came across my feed on May 29th, which is just a few days ago. And it was what was cool about May 29th. On that day in baseball history, it was the last time Cal Ripken, in 1982 of that day, it was the last time Cal Ripken sits before he starts his streak of 2,632. So May 29th of 82. On May 29th of 1990, Ricky Henderson breaks the 62-year-old American League stolen base record. Flash forward 5 years, on that same day, Derek Jeter makes his debut. Fast forward to 2010, Roy Halladay pitches a perfect game. Also in that year, Kendrys Morales home run ankle break. Do you remember that when he celebrated with the jump at home plate and broke his ankle? So he hits a home run in the crowd, and they're all jumping up and down at home plate, breaks his ankle. And in 2017, it was the Bryce Harper / Hunter Strickland brawl. I think that's the one where Bryce Harper takes off his helmet and throws it at him. So
Yes.
all of that happened on May 29th. It says, what a day for baseball history. Some infamous things. So that was the only stat I had. I thought it was clever.
That is clever. That is clever. And I will admit that Cal Ripken record, totally underrated.
Super underrated.
I would say that, oh, that's not a big deal. I said that when I was young. Now that I'm 50, it's a huge deal.
Yeah, and in today's day and age of sports and days off and schedules,
it'll never be broken.
It'll never be broken. You know what one will also never be broken? I'm gonna type it in here just so you can here we go. It's Brett Favre's consecutive starts streak. 321 consecutive starts.
Wow.
Will never be broken. That dude broke ribs, broke ankle, broke everything. So whenever I hear Cal Ripken's, I always think of Brett Favre's streak. I think it was 321 if I read that right. But
wow.
No.
All right,
it's
guys.
Like 20 years. It's like 20 years without, or 15 years or something stupid.
Bananas. Josh, thank you for taking some time out at the end of a long Monday for you. Jacob, thanks for producing. And guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace, guys.